Welcome to Kontrolled Khaos, episode 15. Yes, we know it's technically 16, but shit happened last time. Damn it, technology. So, let me pop up the track list and get the piece of paper that I write down timestamps on because I'm a lazy piece of shit. Alrighty, so we'll start things off with Thurman's topic. And joining us again, since he wasn't able to get published last time, we have Chris Swan, one of our first fans. So, welcome to the team officially, because this time it's going on a drive that's not going to take a shit.
Oh, that's a good thing.
And
I did not like the idea of being a filler-only character.
yeah. You don't want to become Broly, do you?
Broly's trash.
But, the fanboys, they're going to flame us in the comments now.
Away from it as far as possible. But if you just sit down, dumb down your brain a bit, ignore the fandom and the dating community, you can actually enjoy it.
Just like you can enjoy anything with a shitty fan base, really. So we'll start things off with your idea of who our favorite cartoon dog is.
Ooh, I'll start this one off. You already know, Courage is my favorite cartoon dog. Courage is, I could argue, even one of the best cartoon dogs. I mean, he's a fun character. She fights his natural episodes. He's original. She's just a fun character to I don't even know what type of dog he is.
He's a mutt. It's just a mixed breed dog.
It's another name for a mixed breed dog that doesn't have an official breed, and it's too many breeds to account for anything.
Exactly.
Oh, well, that's even better. He's a perfect breed of all the god tier dogs. Like, he's powerful enough to shatter the sun. He can literally walk on the sun with just an astronaut suit. Makes friends with like a shadow and like monks and all that stuff. Like Courage, it's just like you want Courage as a pet because of how loyal and how great he is. Like she's such a good pet. He's such a good character. I love him.
So Thurman, do you really believe the little fan theory that he's operating two skin puppets after season 1?
I don't believe that because there's been many cases like that where they've been in that situation and they've been fine. So I don't believe that theory at all.
Well, finally somebody with a brain.
So for those of us who may be living under a rock, what theory exactly is this?
So there's this fan theory out that Muriel and Eustace died at the end of season 1. And then for the rest of the series, Courage, to save his brain, basically, and to not lose his attachment, has been basically staging all these other adventures by operating a skin puppet of Muriel and Eustace. And basically making them, through some sort of mental breakdown, continue to have these adventures with him. It's really, really convoluted. It's almost creepypasta-like.
Viable because way worse stuff has happened to them and they've been fine.
Exactly.
Eustace lost his head and he's been walking around fine. Like Eustace became a constellation in one episode and he was fine.
Yep.
like how Samurai Jack's universe and the Powerpuff Girls universe is the same because because the professor and Samurai Jack look alike, not knowing that Gindi made both shows. So
exactly. So I guess I'll go second, and I have to give it to Brian. Yep. What's better than a self-loathing alcoholic dog? I mean, come on.
self-loathing alcoholic dog who's also a writer.
That's debatable. I mean, he made Wish It, Want It, Do It. A self-help book that has half the pages blank just to become popular as a writer. And then proceed to have a meltdown on the air and then piss on the floor and get thrown out. And then apologize to Stewie. The fan base lashed out so hard when Vinny became a thing that they had to actually write Brian back into the show.
Yeah, like it's so like the thing with me when it comes to Family Guy is that Family Guy is like instead of the characters like getting a character development, they're like development. It's like every character got worse.
Okay. So I don't think they've gotten worse. I think they've changed the archetype of the characters a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, I loved early Stewie. I kind of hate new Stewie. But at the same time, I kind of respect how they've went with him and making him more relatable to kids. But yeah, instead of having matricidal tendencies, now he's just an asshole. Brian slowly becoming the most lovable character in the show, and then slowly becoming the most hated and the most loved, and it's been kind of weird back and forth for me. But as much as I give Seth MacFarlane shit, I respect the hell out of him for making something last that long and then branch out into other ventures. Like now he's got the Orville, which is basically a Star Trek spoof that has become more successful than the new Star Trek series. So yeah, I just find myself relating more and more to Brian as I grow up and age and fucking go through this bullshit called life. Anybody else got a favorite cartoon dog?
I would definitely have to say that mine is Scooby-Doo. Because he's kind of my first cartoon dog. And I mean, you know, we did a lot of great days as a kid when we were just sitting there watching Scooby-Doo and whatnot.
Nice.
Thinking that, you know, oh hey, if you get a great day and a good dog, you can go on some adventures, or Papa is hungry, and it's all fun stuff. Of course, thinking back on it, wait a minute, it's always hungry, and it's always the most kids are do. You're gonna run out of money. The breaking mystery, get it all.
Somebody's phone's dying. Yeah. Noble muted himself for a minute.
I just muted out for that, so that way I wasn't interrupting.
Ah.
I mean, my phone went off letting everybody know that it's dying. I don't know if you'd be interrupting any more than that.
Alrighty.
Brain, and I'm about to show my age, but Brain is from Inspector Gadget. He's the
Brain.
I haven't seen the show in a long time, so you're gonna have to like explain.
Wait, what?
You said the dog from Inspector Gadget, right?
Yeah, that's Brain.
You might as well explain for the audience that most if you think some people aren't going to get that.
So basically, if you've ever seen Inspector Gadget, it's a dog of the same type. He has all the gadgets, he bounces around with his extended legs, and everything else is crazy. He's awesome, he's smart, so.
Nice. That might be showing your age, but it still works.
Yeah. Kurt is the best dog ever. But I mean, he's cool too.
Alrighty.
I think that shows your age too, though. I think Courage is like one of the newest dogs on this list that we given.
Okay, so we'll go right along, and this is a topic that I think you came up with, Thurman. Things you like that others hate.
Yes.
That's gonna be a way debatable topic because sometimes you're gonna think that you like something everybody hates, and it turns out, oh hey, I like that. Oh, I like that too.
So,
Like Sword Art Online or Black Clover.
exactly. This one, for the audience, this one might get a little, you might need to mute right here because this is going to go into almost, what commenters call autistic screeching.
Autistic screeching.
And, insert meme here.
Thurman versus David, like part 2000.
But we just set sail on the Thurman David ship.
So, and that's nothing against people that are autistic. That's just a meme. Anyway, so I'll start.
Yeah, is not responsible for any anxiety super offended or
So, I'll start. So everybody knows I'm a Sword Art Online fan, and Thurman's a Black Clover fan. So how's that Black Clover anime doing for you there, buddy?
Oh, fuck off. Studio Perot is ruining a great manga. You shouldn't have blamed Black Clover for that. You have to blame the studio.
What was it I told you before it aired? That when Studio Pro fucking got it, that it would be trash. I love saying these words, almost like a wife here. I told you so.
I had faith. I had faith.
But anyway, yeah. So Sword Art Online's getting a third season and a spin-off series, so I'm super hyped about that.
Oh god.
And I don't think Black Clover might see a season 2 the way the fans are blasting it.
Well, I mean, all I need to do is find a better studio. Hell, even Toei Animation would be better at this point.
Anybody. I watched that video that Red sent from Mother's Basement, and he described it perfectly. The manga itself is not without flaws. It is a great manga to read.
That'd be hard for any manga or anything.
Exactly. But when you are at 51% filler to 49% actual canon material by the end of episode 4, you need to think of an audience other than your fucking wallet.
Your wallet is always home.
Wait, why isn't Studio Perot running out of business? They should be bankrupt. Like I'm pretty sure like Madhouse, Toei, and like other animation studios like spit on the just by hearing the name of Studio Perot. Like they're so infamous in the animation industry. Like why are they still around?
Because they have a lot of money And that money is built up to the point of where they have enough to fucking... They're like Nintendo of the animation department. They have enough in royalties and enough in shit from when they did Bleach and when they did, all the way back to the 70s and 80s when they first started.
I thought I'd recognize it. I didn't actually think about it, but they did.
Yep.
That's
So, just to give the audience a bit of a backstory here, I'm going to pop up a tab I have on my phone. Because I was debating this with Thurman during one of our Rabbit sessions. Studio Pro. There's the tab. This studio's been around since 1979. They have done everything from... I think you guys would be more familiar with these... well, I don't know. They did the Dragon Quest anime back in 89. That's...
They did Dragon Quest, they did
the original Osamatsu-kun.
they did
Yu Yu Hakusho. Fushiga Yugi. They did
coming here now.
Power Stone.
they did like such well-known like anime too, like, and Yu Yu Hakusho is known, and some people believe that Yu Yu Hakusho anime is better than the actual manga. So how'd they go from that to a filler Naruto, Bleach, and Black Clover? Doesn't make any sense.
This and the generation I'm getting to right now, this is the 2001 stuff that they did. Hikaru no Go's where that started. And that's because when they got the rights to the anime, they were, if I remember correctly, they had got to a point where they caught up with the manga. And then they still had a license to produce. When they have a license to produce, they have to fulfill that contract. So they immediately thought, we can write shit here that's never going to see that, but we'll still get paid for it. And then that's when they started going into the Naruto, like the following year that the Hikaru no Go anime, or, well, right around the same time, Hikaru no Go anime ended and Naruto started. And then they got to Shippuden, and Bleach, and Blue Dragon, and Tagami Bachi, Beelzebub.
Beelzebub is one of the worst animes I've ever seen. The manga is great, but the anime is a filler house.
Oh, yeah.
Episodes is like filler.
And then Tokyo Ghoul Rude.
Oh, I heard Tokyo Ghoul anime was trash.
The first season was good. The second season was nothing but basically filler. For every one canon episode, it was 2, I believe, of complete fucking filler. Onigiri, Twin Star Exorcist.
I work tonight. Don't make me want to drink right now.
I saw Twin Star Exorcist, and I like anime, but I don't know if it was a filler-induced hellhole because I haven't read the manga.
Well, what studio produced it?
It was Perot.
Exactly. So, yeah, there was lots of filler.
Word to the wise, children. Always read your manga first.
Exactly.
Read your manga, eat your Cheerios, and try to avoid Studio Pro.
Yeah. So, the minute I saw their their backlog, I knew that they were the studio that produced the Japanese versions of like fucking Bleach and the Naruto's and the fucking god awful second season of Tokyo Ghoul. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be trash, and I tried to warn Thurman. So let's hope they don't get rights to a second season.
It's going to be 50 episodes right now, so.
They're okay for 50 episodes. How many of those do you think are going to be filler?
I'm going to assume it's going to be the 5149. Which is going to make me want to go 5150.
To be honest with you, I'm not even gonna lie. The only two episodes that you actually need to watch is episode 1 and 4. Those are only two. Like I think we should start making a Black Clover Kai. To be honest.
So
They have enough. Black Clover Kai confirmed.
Black Clover Kai, like how they did with like to Naruto. I think we should already start planning to make a Black Kai.
And of course, not naturally enough, I'm thinking, wait, Clover almost sounds like Cobra. Cobra Kai.
But enough of the Studio Hero roast. Let's get back to the topic at hand. Basically mine was Black Clover. People don't like it, even though I like it.
I like it.
I mean, yeah, and besides Chris the goat.
Chris also likes us. You know, hey, hooray for fence jumping.
And I can't think of another manga that I know or anime that I know that people like, that I like, people don't like.
Monster Musume?
No, people like Masamune quite a bit. I have to find.
So the topic is things you like, which obviously means that not necessarily limited to anime, manga.
exactly.
So I could definitely say I like pineapple on pizza.
Okay, so if we're not just picking that, well, I'll just put Black Clover as my one. Go ahead. Whoever's next.
So
I think we're almost waiting on Noble on this one, are we not?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
So it's your turn.
What's something you like that others gonna hate? We've got one for Black Clover, one for SAO, one for pineapple on pizza.
I'm about to drop some serious cringe here. Are you ready?
All right.
All of Michael Bay's films.
And we're done.
Banned.
Including the new Dora the Explorer.
Oh yeah, it's one of the best.
Can't.
It's going to be one of the best, right?
Yeah, it might actually be funny to watch.
Dora the Explorer.
I think when he signed the contract, he misrepresented the word explorer with exploder, and like, this is perfect for me.
Oh, did Noble pick the Dora the Explorer movie?
Just literally anything Michael Bay made.
Michael Bay.
If it's got Michael Bay's name on it, that was Noble's favorite.
Ooh.
And you guys say I like explosion pretty colors. You have to love Michael Bay in order to do that.
We should definitely get Mega Bean saying using explosion right when Noble says Michael Bay.
Yep.
I like everything Michael Bay. Explosion!
Yep. I've got a timestamp for that.
Perfect. Wow, we seem to be going through this list really quickly.
Alrighty.
This is what happens when we don't have Brad and Chris.
Exactly. Maybe we should have them off the podcast more.
Those guys are awesome. They're like the super best of filler peoples.
Yeah.
So 15.
Yeah. So I
My studio for
Okay, so we can go right on to guest characters you'd love to see. Now this is going to be going all over all of fiction. Basically, name a character you'd like to see. Guest in something in the genre. Is that what you were going for here, Thurman?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty. So,
Hey, would you do something?
Wait, who's starting? I was lost in thought.
gotta think here. If anybody wants to go first, go ahead. I gotta think here.
I would say Senna from the first Bleach movie. If Bleach ever made like any kind of anime cover.
What would you be a guest character in? Like that character.
You're thinking again, the guest character in any other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, basically cast a guest character for a game or something.
And I guess it doesn't have to necessarily be within their own like franchise.
You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see Lelouch in a fighting game.
Like Evolution, what?
Lelouch in a fighting game, basically with the Gios power to control somebody and make them fight themselves. Kind of like they had the Harakiris in the old Mortal Kombat. Basically, that would be his power. Like he,
Wouldn't that be a bit like limited since he technically would only be able to do that once?
well, yeah, if we were going on canon, but if we had him guest in like a fighting
If
game,
it's in a game though, yeah, then you can get away with almost anything. You just throw it. So.
yeah. But I always loved having my opponents kill themselves in Mortal Kombat. That'd be interesting. Exactly.
Evolution. Well then, yes, didn't they already have like Ruby to blast Blue anyway?
Yeah.
That's like already like a
Sorry, like a what? I think I'm lost.
I feel like, okay, so he forgets character. There's quite a lot, but since I'm gonna stick to like fighting games here.
Fighting games are good for guest characters.
Let me think of it here. Somebody can go ahead while I think about his name.
The thing is, this topic it gets complicated once you realize, oh wait a minute, guest in another series.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so wide and everything. It's like you gotta have like about a half hour to think on it.
Yeah. Well, remember we have Link appearing in the new Skyrim for the Switch with the amiibo ability.
Wait, couldn't it also mean that you could get Mario in Skyrim?
I think each amiibo has like an ability to unlock something in the game. I don't know exactly what or if that's actually accurate, but I know at E3 they showed the ability to like put the Breath of the Wild Link amiibos on like your controller and unlock like Link's outfit for Novakin and all that. It's pretty.
Oh, it would unlock an outfit, not necessarily the character.
Yeah, like one unlocks the Master Sword, one unlocks like the bow, one unlocks the Hylian shield.
It's almost like you have unlocked Link as like a child or something.
Or you could just download it for Steam and get a Link mod.
Yeah. I mean, I had one that got me Linkle armor.
Yep.
working?
Yeah, give me a sec.
It's hard to tell because you can rarely tell when you're actually like thinking or if like you're kind of glitched out or whatnot, you know?
Yeah, I have a few in my head that I'm thinking of.
It's nice to have like all the ideas, but it's like which one becomes coherent?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm trying to figure out which fighting game would be good for these characters. There's a character in my head that I'm thinking of, but I don't remember what his name is. But I would say
They should definitely have like Asta showing up in that
actually, I would like to see
freaking
Samus
Sword Art Online game.
in a fighting game. Actually, seeing Samus in a fighting game would actually be really dope. Honestly, I don't know which fighting game that she would fit in. I feel like an Arc System Works game, fucking Arc System Works fighting game would be good. Like Guilty Gear. I feel like she would work Guilty Gear, or maybe she could work in maybe Street Fighter.
I almost think the arm cannon would be a bit too OP for Street Fighter, but then again, they're throwing like tokens and that kind of stuff. So
Like just zeros only, not like
you should allow like all the armor and all that kind of stuff. Make all of her like everything like a special move. Cause I mean, there's crazy shit going on in Street Fighter anyway, so.
Yeah, I agree.
You could theoretically get away with almost anything that Samus can throw at someone.
But I feel like BlazBlue would fit her more well. I feel like BlazBlue fits a lot of good characters well. To be honest.
It kind of plays like an anime, and a lot of the characters we're immediately gonna think of are from anime. We should definitely get like David appearing in a Fate Grand Order.
I feel like either she'd be good in either BlazBlue, Guilty Gear, Street Fighter, or also I feel like Little Mac would be great if you could think actually. I feel like Little Mac would fit well in the Guilty Gear universe. I feel like.
Right.
His playstyle, his ultra will be good. His playstyle will be good. I feel like he'd be a great fit.
Okay.
She wouldn't be too similar. She wouldn't be too similar to TJ Combo. He'd be more like a fast-paced character, like a rush down.
Except maybe. Yeah, could be interesting. Pretty much if you get this, that's me.
Alright, did Noble go?
Not yet, but the only crossover that I can think of that I'd like to see. Huh?
Like, if you're talking to her, you'd be like, man, you've got sense. But I'll see if I can screen cap a video of her. Double where you at? One video of her that week. Fix it. But I like it. Help me, I'm all alone.
Noble.
Yeah, I think he's in the middle of a conversation.
For the last 2 weeks.
Okay, go ahead, Noble.
Alright, so for the crossover, it's got to I'd have to say the Souls universe matches up with the Zelda universe. I want to see that.
Oh, you want another guest? You want another like Legend of Zelda character?
They hear whatever I have. Just like, why not have like Nightmare appear in like Breath of the Wild or something?
Oh no, do you mean Dark Souls or Soul Calibur?
Actually, if my friend
Dark Souls for the win.
Yeah, I get it. Sorry, when someone says Souls, I think they mean Soul
they secret boss or something.
Oh, that would actually be kind of cool.
That would be cool. But Dark Souls characters showing up and the kids friendly.
Zelda running around trying to fight off the mystery chests, you know, the chests that come alive.
Oh.
So more like put some Legend of Zelda characters into the Dark Souls universe.
They'd never make it.
They never. No.
There's very few people that you could throw into a Dark Souls universe and have them make it. Pretty sure they'd have to be dead first to have them make it.
If you want to get technical, kinda. But aren't we all the little dead inside?
Hashtag best joke.
I think we've all managed to get something in, or at least a couple somethings in.
Alrighty. Moving right along with this one. This might be our shortest podcast yet.
We don't have nearly as much of like the witty banter going on.
Yes.
Like my best material can't happen if I don't have like somebody trying to make fun of me, make fun of something else that somebody's saying or whatnot, you know?
Right?
Yeah, the people who roast me aren't here today.
Okay. Got that.
Hashtag make Kontrolled Khaos great again.
Yeah.
Red Thurman. Yes, it's definitely a thing now.
Dumbest but most lovable.
Chris.
Dumbest but most lovable cartoon characters.
Dude, these are some great topics, man.
I'd definitely say Red. Oh wait, we're not talking about in the canon of this particular show, right?
No.
He said red.
I said Red. Come on, Red, hit me up in the comments. I dares you.
David, get that timestamp. Yeah, put a gift right there.
Okay. 37.
Put like hashtag flame.
Love you, Red.
Yeah, that would be Red editing this one, not me.
People say that we like Chris we like the other Chris better, but nah, we love Red.
Give us more red. Oh, we should start that. Sounds fun.
Alrighty. So, dumbest but most lovable cartoon characters.
Top 3 one or
Just whatever.
It's just the dumbest but lovable.
Alright, so I guess I'll do top 3 then. The first one I have to say is Cosmo from Very Odd Parents.
Ugh.
By the dumb.
Like, I understand why David said, I completely, but I mean, I just can't hate the guy. Like, he's so entertaining. He's like, so, like, he's so, but his stupidity is what makes him shine, you know? It's like,
Okay, but you have to agree with me, the show needs to fucking end by this point.
yeah, the show
Oh,
needs
it's
to end.
dumb but not up to.
I'm talking about, Prime, like,
Before Chloe.
before Chloe and Sparky. Okay, Poop's a good addition. I like Poop, but
This would be a natural, addition to it anyway. You can't have a married couple and not have them eventually have kids.
So like, at this point, we all know that Very Odd Parents used to end. You can't deny that Cosmo is just a lovable guy. Like, come on, like you can't hate Cosmo. Like, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
And my number two, you already know, has to be Patrick Star.
Isn't that another show that's like still putting out new episodes?
Oh, we don't talk about that. But
I gotta say something here. There was an episode of this podcast not that long ago where we were filming live, and I was scrolling through Facebook, and I saw the where they go back to their original forms, like SpongeBob was a fucking sponge and Patrick was a starfish. I would have been perfectly fine with it ending that way. You know, wouldn't you, Thurman? Wouldn't you have been fine with it ending that way?
no, I would not.
Like they were the actual like starfish and actual sponge and all that
That's such a bad taste in my mouth. Like, if you're going to end SpongeBob, at least end it on like something like people would like happy about. You know, like end it on a good note, but like leave some unanswered stuff. Like let SpongeBob get his license. You know, let Plankton and Mr. Krabs bury the hatchet. Let Mrs. Puff finally find Mr. Puff. You know, like. You know, let stuff that us as fans have wanted to happen. You know,
no word about Marcy though. Thanks, Andy.
Well, technically, Thurman, we're well above the targeted age group for that show anyway.
True. It's just a dream I have. You know.
Yeah.
We're allowed to have dreams, David.
Just like we're technically above the age group, the targeting for most of the shows we bitch about. And technically that's 12 and up.
We wouldn't be above the age group if they didn't already make it, stellar.
Yeah.
But back to Patrick. So Patrick, you know, I just kind of love a relationship with Patrick because Patrick's stupidness kind of pisses me off sometimes, but at the same time, it's kind of like his stupidness is funny and it's enjoyable.
Yep.
Like when he does dumb shit to SpongeBob and like it's his fault, like that kind of pisses me off. But if he does something like if he does something like stupid but it's funny, you know, like in the sense of I'm trying to think of a good episode for this. When he copy SpongeBob to get an award, like he's dumb. Like he couldn't open a lid, but that's so funny. Like you cannot hate someone like that because like he's like legit stupid, but it's comedy. It's funny. Like you laugh at that. Like I just can't hate. I just can't hate someone with that type of like comedy. Unless he does something stupid and like rude, like making SpongeBob go sun bleach. Yes, in the end, it all turned out okay, but still kind of fucked up. I don't like that. But I mean, like, or the time like where SpongeBob tried to help him, and he like with his parents, and he called SpongeBob a dummy, and SpongeBob was like, I'm not a dummy. Okay, enough is enough. And he actually thought SpongeBob was a dummy. I'm kind of like, okay, that now you're just like, okay, we get it. But other times Patrick is like really funny.
That probably falls under the line of we're outside that age. You think you're actually the age group for it, and you see something like that, you're gonna find that hilarious.
True, yeah. Maybe because it's my adult mind. Maybe I'm just like overthinking it a bit. But you know, But I mean, to be honest with you, it's more so the fact that he's
Yeah, he's technically smart, but he does some really stupid shit.
Yeah, and it's just like at this point, it's just like how funny that is. How this alien who's so smart, and it's one of those things where when it comes to human standards, he's actually very intelligent. When it comes to human standards, he's like the person there, like he can like out like maneuver any scientist on the planet. But when it comes to his own race, he's like low tier when it comes to smarts. And that's what I think people really don't realize is Zim is a very battle tactician. He's very good when it comes to gadgets. But I mean, from human standards, he's the smartest thing on the planet because he's like higher level. But on his planet, he's like low tier. You know, like the stuff that he does is like child's play compared to like what a higher urchin can do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like how you use like how he's very intelligent, but he does dumb shit because I mean, by our standards, he's a very intelligent alien who can handle like high level tech. But I mean, his fellow Urkin, she's just another idiot that doesn't know what he's doing. If that makes sense.
Alrighty.
Ready to go? Or no?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Alright, so check it out. We're talking about dumb but lovable. There's nothing worse than Crunk.
Oh, Noble's on a roll, man. It's so good. Oh, why did I think it's Crunk? Oh, yeah. I agree.
Yeah, definitely Crunk would be up there. Also Homer. Gotta love Homer.
Homer is dumb though.
Alright, I'm back.
He did
Should've
sell
said something
Homer,
back.
don't you? You really want to go down that road?
I mean, I don't really watch The Simpsons like that, so it's more like a question.
Simpsons did it?
And the last one I would have to say, you know, everyone else sounds like they were doing a top three, would have to be Family Guy. I'm trying to think now. What's his name?
Describe him.
Mayor Adam West. Yes. You'll never stop Adam Weed.
He was the Wii before the Wii became a thing.
Nice. Okay, I guess I'll go. Shit. If we want to do top three, I'd have to say Stan Smith from American Dad. Because what's dumber than a CIA agent housing an alien life form in his fucking attic, thinking nothing would go wrong, and then everything going wrong from day fucking one. Just the sheer stupid shenanigans he gets into, and having Patrick Stewart for a freaking boss as Bullock, it just leads to some of the most ridiculous shit ever. Like when he's basically his wingman, just going around from club to club, going from ridiculous persona to ridiculous persona, just going right along with it, and all to the point where he ends up in basically a fursuit, just to try to make his boss happy. Number two, I'm going to have to say, will be Darwin from Gumball. Darwin is one of the dumbest people on in the show. Like, I cannot. Just watch any episode and you'll see Darwin fuck up at least 50 times, but you can't hate the guy.
I know. Oh my god.
Darwin's the fish, right?
Yep.
Yeah, David. The funny thing is too. Now later seasons actually have Darwin becoming somewhat smarter.
But he still fucks up.
Yeah, I know that, and that's the funny thing too. Is like they're trying to. I think what they're trying to establish here is like we can't have like two dumb characters. I think that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
They're trying to be like,
One of them's got to be like somewhat less dumb.
Exactly.
Yeah, because like season 1 and 2, they had Gumball be like the one who was like dumb, but not like dumb. Darwin was actually the stupider of the two. But as seasons gone on, like season 3, season 4, season 5, Darwin became more of like the voice of reason, became like the one that has common sense, and Gumball's like the dumb one. So it's kind of like versus. But I see what you're saying. No one can hate Darwin. If you hate Darwin, you're a heartless person.
Exactly. How can you hate little me? It's so adorable.
Like, are you trying to take over the world?
Yeah, that was glorious.
I need to watch a movie with Gumball now. That's what I'm doing after this.
And number 3, I'm gonna have to give it to Peter. I as much as he fucks up, I love him. I don't know why.
I wonder.
It's
Hard to hate somebody who you know is a fuck up, but it's like, but it works out.
Can we talk about runner-up real quick? Ed from Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
yes.
Oh, single D, right? Of course. I might duck. I'm an idiot.
Well, Double D's the genius, but you want to hate him.
I don't even hate Double D. Double D's the voice of reason.
Double D, I wanted to punch because he reminded me of a smug kid I knew in high school.
Just the red one.
Never forget the fact that Fanbase put Double D and Crush together. The Yaoi ship.
I'll never forget. I'll never forgive that. Anyway, yeah. Those would be my top 3. Runner-up would be Roger the Alien.
If we're doing runner-up, I'd pick Gumball and Ed.
Yeah. I mean, even Eddie was a dumbass.
Yeah, but he was like
Eddie was like their carpenter.
Yep.
Yeah, man with a plan type deal.
He had a plan. It kind of turned out dumb, but somehow it either worked out or it was just a thing.
Yep. Alrighty. Next.
Chris. Wait, did Chris go? I don't think Chris went.
Nope.
No, Chris ended up leaving for like a brief second because they had to go deliver food.
No, I'm talking about you though.
I know. I'm talking about me.
Oh, you did it in third person. Okay, go.
Maybe I should be like dumbest but lovable cartoon character. I'm swapping out Red for that. I'll swap out Red for that then. But Red would still be my dumbest but lovable cartoon character if he was, a cartoon character.
Well, he technically is. He's been drawn as one.
Oh, that's true. He has. Red. Okay, but it almost sounds like all the good ones were taken. Everybody, all of them.
Thurman, I'm sending you something super cringe in the podcast chat. Prepare to want to rip your eyeballs out.
He doesn't need eyeballs anyway. Well, I could probably definitely still say that, Scooby is still like my dumbest but lovable cartoon character, as well as my, favorite cartoon dog.
Right?
I mean,
Right.
But of course, he's still like almost the reason why everybody manages to figure out who, like, you know, oh, which guy in the mask is it this time? Jeez, I need 2 more.
No, it was really only one, but
Dang it, Thurman, making me think.
it was really only supposed to be one, but it extended our podcast time by almost 20 minutes. So
I mean, why not? That's always gonna be a good thing. I mean,
exactly, considering we were under 30 minutes before.
Make it shorter.
No,
These were better when they were 15 minutes. I think they should be 10 minutes. Freaking internet trolls from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged series.
yeah,
Yeah, that could be one. Or I could just go with, you know, oh no, he's not dumb. No. And he doesn't stay dumb. That's the dumb thing. I was gonna say Joey from the dubbed Yu-Gi-Oh! But
he stayed dumb,
he
and
doesn't really stay dumb.
I don't think Joey's dumb.
Well, he was obviously this, you know, the underdog guy who you wanted to, but you always assumed he was just a dumb blonde with a funny face that occasionally showed up. How about Darkness from Konosuba? She's kind of dumb, but she's also just lovable
yeah,
and masochistic. We're going into weird territory.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Of course, there's nothing wrong with that. We don't have all the good people. We don't have everybody to really work with that, though, either. This is the part of the show where somebody else would bring that up, and I would make a comment like, well, welcome to the podcast, Chris. Sheesh.
Welcome.
Welcome.
I think Thurman's my runner-up for dumbest but lovable cartoon characters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's our Joey.
He's our dumbest but lovable character. Hey, can we call that? We can title that for the episode. Episode 1, March of the Filler. Or episode 15, 16, 12.
15 technically. This is harsh.
What? What was what?
This is
Thurman, what were
harsh.
you doing?
I'm
What was
so-
Thurman?
that was me. Somebody commented on something,
Oh,
and this is just harsh. I'm not even going to repeat what was said on the air.
it's that bad.
It's that bad.
I almost feel like, you know, people would like to hear this or see this.
No, because I'd end up having to edit it out immediately.
Like, couldn't we add like a link in the description? View it at own risk.
It's just a comment about how bad X-Men: The Last Stand was, and the fact that one of the directors is now being accused of a certain form of misconduct.
Isn't X-Men X3 The Last Stand not canon anymore though?
Exactly. That's why he made the joke.
So it doesn't matter how bad it is anymore.
Yeah.
It's not canon.
But the reason it's topical is because the whole...
Because there's a certain type of misconduct being involved with the director of the said non-canonical show.
Exactly. Yeah, and thanks, Harvey Weinstein, for opening the floodgates for those things. And burn in hell, you piece of shit.
So I feel like we need a link in the description. View at own risk.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay, I'm not responsible for any displeasure among viewing things that we link in description.
yeah. Let's just leave it the fact that this person's probably going to get banned from Facebook again for another 30 days, and they just came back from a 30-day ban.
How many times can you get banned on Facebook and before they just decide to cancel your account?
He's got like 3 or 4 accounts at this point.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure most people who aren't me have 3 or 4 accounts at this point.
Yeah. I still find it funny that I was both my account and my alt was on one of Thurman's quizzes.
That was hilarious. It's most look, man.
But anyway.
I need a top 5, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah. I was number 1 and like number 15. Only because I only use my alt when I get banned from Facebook on my regular account.
Yeah, that should tell people something. Wait a minute, if David's alt account is on a list of Thurman's things, and he's only on that account when he's banned from Facebook for one reason or the other.
I got banned from Facebook for sharing Planet Unity's group link too much. That's one of the dumb reasons I got banned from Facebook. But isn't the point of Facebook to share stuff?
No, the point of Facebook is to fall into a media dictatorship where you're not only allowed to share certain things or do certain things.
Yeah, they started marking my posts as spam. I'm like, okay. Which ones of these, when I log back in, which ones of these are spam? None of them? You're banned for 30 days. Great. And my main Facebook account is linked to my Spotify, my PlayStation Network, and a bunch of other shit at the time. Which it no longer is.
Makes me glad I don't do anything to get me banned.
Exactly.
Alright, next topic, David.
Top 3 light novel characters.
I forgot about that. We did that one already.
No, we were going to do it last time, but we ran out of time. And then we...
Yeah, because, a couple somebody's had to, like, do something and it went on longer than they had anticipated.
Yeah, and then...
We had a hard cap of 2 hours, only for that to get lost.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah.
In the void.
Well, what we're going to do after this is we're going to recap some of the best topics from the one that went to the void. Since we still have about a half hour left on this film.
I mean, you need to, like, take a shot of, like, your SSD and just put, oh, I'm just going to make this 2-hour video. Sends directly to void.
Yeah. The dangers of having a 512 gigabyte SSD and all of your Steam games booting from that.
I mean, from a hardware standpoint, that makes the most sense. I mean,
Exactly.
It's going to run it faster.
Try running PUBG on a non-solid state drive. You're not going to. Okay, so I guess I'll go first for this one.
Well, for starters, for people who happen to live under a rock, lighten up. No pretty pictures, and it can go on for longer because it's all.
Light novels are the original source material for things like Sword Art Online, No Game No Life,
all that fun stuff.
Overlord.
Ray Zero, etc., etc.
Yep.
Pizza.
So I guess, did anyone else want to go first, or shall I?
I thought David was starting before I interrupted.
Yeah.
Somewhat quickly.
Yeah. I'll go first. Simply because I have mine pulled up, or should still have mine pulled up, in a tab.
Some of us are going to have to think.
No, apparently I have 5 Hints I Haven links open on my phone.
Podcast, please.
I don't think David just woke up. That was me who just woke up.
Anyway, I know mine anyway. First off, I'm going to go with Shiro from No Game No Life. The cute the little lolly sister that is... What?
You were already there.
Okay, the reason I love this character is because she is a strategist like me. She overthinks every single...
Strong word.
Okay, yes, it's a strong word, but when you can identify with a character so much that it goes down to the baser instincts of yourself, where I overthink every single thing in my head when I'm playing a game.
It's because you don't have a Sora.
Yeah.
You don't have a Sora to
Exactly. So when I'm playing a game like, say, Warhammer, I'm overthinking every single troop's movement before I even deploy. I'm like, okay, I want this to go here. I want this to go here. I want this base to go here. I want this to go here. I want this here, and this has to be perfectly symmetrical to this and this and this and this and this and this. So that's why I can.
Now, what if all of those characters had acted like they had feelings of their own?
I don't give a fuck about their feelings. I just want everything to be symmetrical. I want everything to be perfect.
That was definitely a kind of a moment for Shiro there, though, when she realized that, you know what, they could respond to her charisma.
Exactly.
Have.
Yeah, when I first saw No Game No Life, I'm like, I don't give a fuck about Sora. Shiro is me as a gamer. So, even in Call of Duty, I overthink my movements. That's why I ended up leaving my clan. Because they're like, dude, you overthink everything. I'm like, that's part of me. If you can't deal with that, fuck it, I'll leave. And I just left. So, yeah. Number 2 would be Einzungol from Overlord. Just be.
Or is he Momonga?
It's What the hell did you say?
Goal.
Yeah.
But now, Frick, I screwed it up now. God damn it.
Might have. Who cares? But anyway.
That guy.
The big boss guild leader that literally is one of the most over.
He left in the world, probably.
Yeah.
I haven't read the light novels. I don't know if that's actually.
I fell in love originally with the series when I watched the anime. Ironically, I didn't read the source material first. I fell in love with one scene in particular where he reprogrammed the NPC girl to basically be a slave, and then she.
No, she was already kind of a slave.
She was already kind of a slave.
He
Yeah.
reprogrammed her so that she was in love with him.
Yeah. A different type of slave that I wasn't going to literally spell out. Go watch it. Go read it.
Too bad there's no way you can read light novels in America.
Yes, they are actually. They're starting to come out over here.
Barnes and Noble.
Yep. I saw 1 and 2 there last week.
Jeez, I mean, you're not in America.
Barnes and Noble. I'm not in America. I'm on Namek.
Get off of this chat. You're not American. In America.
I don't know if I should deport you over the wall like Alberto or what.
Wait, who are we deporting? I'm not Mexican. I mean, no.
So, how would the wall work if we were deporting you from America to Namek? I don't know where I'm going with that. But when he reprogrammed her to basically be that specific type of slave that I'm not going to name, that wasn't technically detailed in depth in the anime.
Because, you know, runtime, and plus they figured, hey, the visual's better than...
Exactly.
You know.
The visuals.
Plus they also have to edit it.
Yeah, and they wanted to have at least some sort of legality on a streaming site instead of having to ship it to like Hentai Haven or in Hentai. Yeah. So once that happened, I'm like, okay, I'm in love with this. And then the world, as much as I love Sword Art Online, I actually love the world of Overlord better because it.
Albedo was the chicken question.
Yes, Albedo.
God, I think health has frozen over.
I think you're killing him. David, you're killing him. You're killing him!
Starburst stream.
You've lost all credit now, dude. You can't go back to Sword Art Online now. We know that you love Overlord better.
I love the world better. Because okay, let me explain why I say that. The world of the Overlord series feels like a true MMO. The world of Sword Art Online feels like a copy and paste of World of Warcraft.
Except that, with no magic.
With no magic.
Unless you're doing Alfheim. Then it's like, it's still not, you've lost your sword, because you added it, you gave everybody the ability to fly.
Yep, I loved Alfheim better. And I really love Gun-Gale because I'm a shooter fan, but the original Aincrad did not feel natural as an MMO. It felt more like a traditional RPG to me.
Well, if it can't feel magical, there's no magic in it.
Exactly.
Officially, there's no magic in it, but when you look at it, it's like, wait a second. You've got dragons, you've got, goblins, you got, obvious magical type things.
You got Colbids, you got freaking...
You've got Thurmans.
You literally have a character that reminds me of Thurman in there.
Thurman. He showed up in SAO.
Yep.
I hope you're so proud of yourself.
Nah, I'd rather be in Black Clover. Or Mario.
They don't have a Thurman in Black Clover, do they?
They don't yet. They don't have a super overly cringy, Oh, wait, that's Austin. Never mind.
Shots fired. Again.
And my number 3 will be Kirito.
Of course, because you gotta put the one that you like least behind the one that you like the most.
Exactly. Kirito will always have a special place in my heart because Sword Art Online actually introduced me to light novels. That being said, the light novels are indeed much better than the anime because they rush through significant plot points to try to cap it at anywhere from 24 to, well, the latest season, I think, was, 22 for Sword Art Online 2, technically? Yeah, they
Want to take out filler?
Yeah. If you want to take out filler, you got,
They tend to have really good seasons, but then all of a sudden they have a really crap filler.
Yeah.
I mean, filler's crap anyway, but it's really crap.
See, they condensed the Mother's Rosario arc into, which is, I believe, 1.5, almost 2 light novel volumes into 6 episodes. So you're condensing. They condensed 600 pages basically into 6 episodes. That's bullshit.
That should be a crime.
That really should be. I do see why they did it because it's one of the least liked arcs, but at the same time it has significant character development.
The most real feels.
It has significant character development inside those 1.5, 2 novels.
I
Yeah.
lost Thurman.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Wow.
He's gone.
Just vanished.
Yeah. I think his phone died.
Trap card. Bottomless trap hole. Gone forever.
Okay. I'll let you go. I'll let you go, Chris.
Unfortunately, I haven't read a whole lot of light novels.
Yep.
I think I started to at one point, but almost on a luckily basis, you can actually use anime characters for light novel characters because that's source material. So going on that, I would definitely have to start off with Kazuma from Konosuba.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got. I wish Thurman were here. We could work something on that. He could literally banter galore. Oh, he's completely off Discord, by the way. He didn't just leave the chat.
Yeah, I think his phone died.
That could be. Mine did. Luckily, I'm on my computer as opposed to my phone. But, yeah, I mean, you got Kazuma is just, he once he actually gets over the fact that, I died in a very undramatic way. It was so dramatic to me. I thought I got run over by a truck. I got scared by a tractor. But, he just thinks so highly of himself and just doesn't want to to do anything and still accidentally does things. Like,
There we go.
he's sort of back.
He's sort of back, but he's muted and deafened for some reason.
He found a way to come back from the void from which I banished him. Yeah, I can do that. I can banish people.
Alright.
Welcome
There
back,
we go.
Thurman.
Alright, so...
David.
Are you here, man? Fucking...
Nope. You scared him, David. It's okay, little fella. Come out. You can come and talk to us.
I'm sorry. I'm back.
Won't bite hard. Unless you want us to.
Okay.
But, so Thurman, all you missed from me was Kazuma Konosuba.
Alrighty.
I'll give my top 3. It'll be short.
Wait. Thurman. Chris was still going.
Oh,
Mine was
my
really
bad.
short. I had only got one out.
I thought he was like,
Chris knows all these light novels and everything. He's got this in the bag. Blah, done. No, Chris. One and then bam. Oh, you're done now. Sheesh. Way to hurt my feelings.
I'm sorry, Chris.
But actually, we can come back to my 2 and 3 because I still gotta think on it.
Alrighty.
So you can go ahead, Thurman, if you already know it.
Okay.
So, number 1 would be Araragi from Monogatari. Great character, in my opinion. He's a very well written character. The stuff that he goes through the series is very, very original and unique. How he handles the situations in his verses is very well done, and I like him. Great character. Number 2, since I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. Number 2.
Or you could, extend it some by like a bit. You could.
Oh my god. No. Thurman, I'm sending more cringe.
Incoming more cringe.
Jeez.
There you go. It's sending right now.
David's into the chat.
There you go.
But
Anyhow, you're number 2.
okay, my number 2, I'd have to say is Kazuma from Kosunobu.
Hey, your number 2 matches my number 1.
Hey, 'cause he's a great. I like him. He's very entertaining.
He's an ass.
Just like how he's like the only straight man in his. And keep in mind, straight man is an actual gag.
Yeah, you're talking comedy. You're talking the comedy duo straight man, not like
Yeah.
comedy.
I supposed to say that for the viewers, but he's very interesting in the sense of like he's the only one that actually takes pretty much everything seriously in his party. Yeah, he's just like
Really?
forced to deal with all these people who don't really take anything seriously, and it's just funny. He's a great character.
You want to know something really funny?
Man, it's kind of...
There's still a fucking flip phone. Thanks, AT&T, for that.
AT&T
Number
still has
3.
flip phones.
I just was scrolling through Facebook and I saw an ad for one.
Number Both characters are very well done, and I feel like I kind of feel like Mikuto's kind of like me on the level of like how he's like a very weak character. Like, but like he's around all these like extraordinary people who do a lot of good things, but he doesn't really have anything special about him. He's just like a normal guy in an unnormal society, and he wants to like be like unnormal. So I kind of feel where he's coming from to that point. He's a really well written character as well. The dude from Campione, he's just one of the best harm main characters that I've ever seen. Plus his powers are actually very unique, and I like how his powers are done. So that's mainly why I like him.
You're like one of the greatest characters in harem anime.
I mean, his personality is kind of like straightforward, but I would probably say I like how his ability is. Like he's got his unique how he uses his abilities and how his stuff works is very unique, and I like him. So
back to my 2 and 3, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So honorable mention, I'd probably say would be Ain's Gold, and damn, there are a few others that I need to remember, but yeah, I'd say Ain's Gold.
You're going on this whole honorable mention thing. Enough of you and your honorable mention thing.
Whatever, Chris.
But so my number 2 pick is Shaltir Bloodfallen.
Yes.
Because I'm not unoriginal to think, I only really care about main characters or whatnot, despite the fact that the last person on this list is also a main character. But I mean, honestly, I would have loved to have more scenes in the anime, and I should probably go ahead and read the light novels, because there might be more scenes with Shaltir in it, just because she's a very interesting character. I mean, she honestly thinks really highly of herself, to the point where she refuses to acknowledge that her breasts are fake. And then there's also the fact that, she's kind of a Valkyrie as well as a vampire, which doesn't sound like it should work, but it does. It's weird. I like it. Number 3 is Kirito, because I am completely unoriginal and unimaginable. And I mean, what else then to go with along with, he's the main character of one of the first light novels I ever actually have, sort of. And just he's kind of like, he seems like he's like what Asta was based on as far as like weapon usage.
Thank you.
Since Kirito is obviously known for being a beater who uses 2 swords and is hiding that skill from everybody, but his isn't necessarily like front loaded like Asta's is. Like, you don't get that within the first, couple. You don't get that within the first few volumes, and then use the rest of your time to develop your other characters, because as well as still developing your main character. They kind of wanted to take Kirito out of the action because his personality was that of a very elite gamer. And of course, by having said personality, that made him level up way faster than most other people that you see in the show, which made him, by default, the most powerful character you see throughout the entire series.
Yep.
But they did that pretty much right out the gate for Sword Art. Like, okay, we get past our first floor, and now we find Kirito again, and he's like way above everybody else, because he's like level 40 something when everybody else is like 23. And then we find out later, I learned how to dual wield a while back. Pretty much right right before I met Elizabeth. Which of course was why he had to get another sword that was just as good as the Elucidator.
Yep.
But, you know, they showed more progression with that as opposed to more Asta.
Alrighty.
So if they did put Asta versus Kirito in a fight, then Asta would probably be on top.
Sadly, probably. Unless we were...
See that, Thurman? I got David to agree on a Black Cloak thing.
Yay!
I win.
The only way it wouldn't end up with fucking Asta winning due to his power of anti-magic and bullshit would...
Well, I mean, the anti-magic really doesn't play in too much in it in a fight with Asta versus Kirito because...
Unless we were
even
being...
Even if you were to take Alpine Kirito, the only way Kirito uses magic is in, you know, the sword skills that they had made. And he obviously doesn't actually need those to overpower anybody in his series.
Exactly.
He has key.
The only way it would actually be somewhat fair is if it was inside of a VR scenario.
Well, I mean, you would have to assume that it's in a sort of... Anyway.
Unless we were doing ordinal scale, and then... Yeah.
I think I should be watching this one.
But
Yeah.
Asta is way faster. He's faster than light.
Technically, I'd have to do some research, but I think Kirito, technically, due to scaling for everything, is...
I'd say, I would say that, you know, Kirito is probably the actual better swordsman
Yeah.
of the two, but Asta would edge out on just pure power.
Yep.
Wait, David, how long is this podcast? I feel like we've been on here for like 2 hours.
Dude, we've only been on for about maybe an hour.
Hour and a half, technically, filming.
Wow.
This so far is not as long as last week's.
Exactly.
It just seems longer because we're missing, like, Red. We're missing Rick.
We're missing a lot of the banter, sadly, this episode.
We're missing, yeah.
So,
We're trying to make up for that, but, you know, it's hard to do that with 4 people.
Alright, next topic.
that's technically the end of the topics, unless Noble has a top 3 light novel characters, which I don't think he does.
Always assuming things, man. Always.
Do you?
So you got your 3?
First off, I read more light novels than either of you combined.
Any of us. There's 3 of us. Either of you would apply to.
Okay, so.
Anyhow.
I only have one, actually, that I like light novels.
Alrighty.
So you only got one that's worth noting.
No, there's literally only one person I've ever liked in a light novel.
Ooh.
Okay.
Everybody lean in.
Are we all ready for this?
Alright.
Yamcha and Dragon Ball. Original Dragon Ball.
And everybody falls over. The comical falling over, the suspense is killing us, and bam, Yamcha.
Was there fucking... Was there a Dragon Ball light novel?
Novel.
It originally was. It was originally part of the Jump series.
Yes, a manga series. Light novels and stuff like light novels are basically like books, but with like pictures in them.
Wait. There was a Dragon Ball light novel.
An actual Dragon Ball light novel.
Motherfucker.
Everyone, drop what you're doing. David found it.
Son of a bitch.
Mothers, grab your children. Guys, grab your shotguns. David found a Dragon Ball light novel.
Yeah, I'm not paying the price they're asking for it, though. Fuck that shit.
We'd have to sell Red and Chris and Thurman, right? You'd have to sell your entire podcast to get it.
Yeah, I'd have to sell all of you plus a kidney and probably a testicle.
Yeah, you're not using either of those. GameStop, you'll get 23 cents for it.
Oh boy.
Hey, that's more than what my soul was worth. I'm making a profit.
How much is it, David?
10 grand on eBay.
Wait, what?
10 grand on eBay.
Wait, what?
So, something more into this podcast since we're finished with our topics here.
Yeah,
Can we get some discussion on the banning of characters in death battles?
I don't understand. I don't understand why certain debate groups do that. I can see, limiting certain battles to certain days of the week. Like, as somebody that's ran debate groups with Thurman and Eli in the past, I can see, like, Goku versus Superman and Link versus Cloud and shit like that being limited to certain days, or like, okay, we can post like Screw Attack-esque death battles this day and then limiting that. But I've never seen the point of outright banning a fighter completely.
Well, my friends would ban Alucard.
you guys understand, in like that, it's gone to the point where Jiren is seen everywhere. Like, this guy doesn't even have that many feats per se yet, but he...
As far as I can tell you from somebody who doesn't watch Dragon Ball Super, his only D is beating Goku.
beating his time stint. Like, he's resistant to time hacks and stuff like that. But the thing is that he's being wanked and used. It's, I understand banning a character because of a character's being, you see the character all the time. When you see him being wanked, you see people like, obviously there's animosity with this character whenever battle he's in. Obviously him being banned isn't bad, but you have to blame the fan base at this point. And this is always why, like, and I binged Dragon Ball Super and I legit enjoyed it. But like, once I log on Facebook and I go on Death Battle Homies and I see all the Dragon Ball Super wank and all the it just makes me realize, like, why am I a fan of Dragon Ball?
Well, see, the same could be said for, like the Final Fantasy verse. You can say the same for, like, the Sword Art Online verse. You can say the same for any fan base, really.
You could say the same for Alucard from Hellsing.
Exactly. Like
my friends, when we did, like, we would just, debate on things like that. The first thing we would always say, you can't include Alucard, because Alucard at that point in time, we assumed Alucard was the most OP character ever.
Oh, Alucard is highly overpowered.
It's a little true. I mean, he is still, like, one of the most OP characters ever, especially with Schrodinger's ability. But, I digress.
It's really comes down to, especially when a character's first introduced. Every time, like, Sage Mode Naruto was first introduced, and then Naruto was banned for a period of time. You had the Ultra Instinct, or the whatever new form of Goku was banned until we saw more. Until we knew more about it. There was a period in time when I was in Death Battle Homies, I fucking left that cancerous pile of shit. Like, it got so bad it was clogging up my news feed to the point even I had unfollowed the group, and I was still seeing hundreds and hundreds of wank posts, especially when Resurrection F came out and we saw the Super Saiyan Blue. And it got banned for a while until we saw more.
The Screw Attack's opinion on the whole Superman Goku debate, by the way.
Yeah,
It makes sense to me.
It makes sense either way, really. They're both ultra broken characters. One's based on Sun Wukong, the other is based on the most powerful yet most generic superhero on the planet. since Superman's inception, he's been broke as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, you put two of the most broken characters together, of course it's going to end up being a shitstorm. Just like it's going to be when Naruto versus Ichigo comes out. I am not going to be on Facebook. I'm not going to be on Twitter. I'm not going to be on Instagram. I'm not going to be on any social media that day. Because that's all my fucking feed will be. I will share one post to keep my streak going, and I will log the fuck out.
Why not, right?
Yeah.
Who does everybody think is going to take that one?
You know, I honestly don't give a fuck either way. I've come to this point as a debater where I have lost all interest in being a debater.
People are nowadays.
Because no matter what your opinion...
In a somewhat friendly environment, the only animosity is going to be between probably me and Thurman.
The only thing I care about is watching the fandoms kill each other at this point. Because that's all it's going to be.
Which fandom do you think is going to win? The Bleach fandom or the Naruto fandom?
They're going to kill each other in the comments because it's going to be...
That should be the actual death battle. The Bleach fandom versus the Naruto fandom.
They're both equally piles of shit.
We all would lose.
It's the tagline for Alien vs. Predator all over again. Whoever wins, we lose.
Exactly.
Humans always win in that kind of scenario.
We as, you know, anime and manga fans end up losing every time we have one of these shitstorms of death battles because I grew up with both series. I enjoyed both series. I enjoyed Bleach a little more until the end, and then I started seeing how really poorly written some of the plot lines were. And the very end of Bleach still leaves a sour taste in my mouth. At least Naruto, as bad as Kishimoto was as an author, he at least tied up plot threads. We still don't know what happened to Yororichi and Kisuke. We still don't know what happened to, you know, half of the...
There's so many characters we don't know what happened to.
Exactly.
We don't know what happened to Chad and Ganju.
Yeah, we
Other than, oh, well, look at guys, Chad is now a boxer. How? What happened to him?
Exactly.
We knew he was fighting something, and next thing we know, oh, he's a boxer.
Right. We have a time skip with no freaking payoff whatsoever.
We get like, oh, hey guys, we found some of Yuha's Ryatsu, and now it's gone.
And
His finger in a light socket.
yeah, it's like, you know, even as bad as it was, it still doesn't deserve all the shit it got.
No, I mean,
We have fans.
Go ahead and drop off, okay?
Yep.
alright.
Alrighty.
Nice meeting you.
Thanks for joining, Noble. We had fans burning manga volumes. We had, you know, just an implosion of the fandom. It was ridiculous. And now, with Boruto, we have the Boruto.
Manga volumes.
Yeah, we have whoring out of the Naruto license even more, which is ridiculous.
They really should not have came up with that.
What I assume once Boruto ends, we're gonna have another spinoff. And then instead of the meme being Boruto's dad, it'll be whatever the character's name is, dad. It's fucking stupid as shit. So
It'll just be a dumb wank fest.
it always will be, and no matter who wins, we end up losing. So it is what it is. That's why even though I'm hosting the death battles for us, that's why I act as like the moderator, because I literally don't care. I can see unbiased opinions. I don't really care who wins based on my popular opinion. I try to at least be impartial. And if I don't know, like today when we filmed the Dirge versus Wolverine death battle, I deferred to Thurman initially because
That's what that myself into.
Yeah, that was one of our death battles that we were filming.
Who was it?
It was different because well, shit, I can say because this will come out the same day.
Okay, wait. Let's link it.
I intend on linking both.
Go check out this video. We can get more on that end.
And then on the death battle, I intend to link this podcast. Yeah. But anyway, it was different because no matter who would have won initially, it would have just been an eternal tie because it was Dirge from Star Wars versus Wolverine, both having incredible healing factors, both having to the point of almost instantaneous regeneration abilities. So we had.
Wolverine's got his, Wolverine's got probably better defenses due to the adamantium.
But even then, Dirge was literally imploded and then regenerated from that imploded source. So, because of his alien cell structure. So, it was an interesting battle. So, Thurman came up with, like, okay, we'll have the scenario of they're trying to track down this artifact, and whoever can track it down the quickest would be the victor. And then Dirge, even though he's a bounty hunter, doesn't have as good of tracking and skills. So we ended up giving that battle to Wolverine. Because, that was the one area that Dirge lacked in, that Wolverine had a higher skill level. That if I can't come up with an opinion myself on that, I will always defer to who I have guest hosting with me.
Yeah, that's always a smart thing to do.
Yeah. Otherwise, if we have one referee, it seems biased.
It'd be never ending, and we'd have to wait for Thurman to get food to come back on it.
Exactly.
Speaking of food, we should get a shameless Blue Apron plug.
But there was two topics that I'm really, really upset that we weren't able to actually air fully, but we could give like a little bit of a recap of, since we still have a little bit of time left on this film.
Right. See, let's get it.
One of them was the saddest fictional death.
Kisaragi. Right.
And I honestly don't have a saddest death in the traditional sense. I have saddest death because it felt the most real, and that was Yuki from Sword Art Online 2.
And of course, this thing wasn't even limited to anime; it was non-fiction, so we could have had things.
Yep.
We had things like Doctor Number. What was it? Reddit said it was.
I think it was like the 10th Doctor or the 11th Doctor from Doctor Who.
I think it was the 10th Doctor. Reddit brought up the 10th Doctor from Doctor Who.
Yeah, and Chris brought up something else. The other Chris did. I forget what, but
I don't remember either. Maybe if he decides to do this and he gets to this part, he can put it in the comments.
yeah, Chris, CJ, you can put yours in the comments of what your saddest death was here. We're sorry, we can't remember from 2 weeks ago or a week ago.
We're only human.
Yeah, considering most of us were already checked out by the time we got to that topic.
David usually has a date with alcohol in between podcasts.
I'm actually sober today. I have not had a drop of alcohol today.
Wow. Yay.
And that's only because I have to stand in line for an hour or two after we get done filming this to get Call of Duty World War II. And I don't want to smell like alcohol in the mall.
like happy other people.
It's usually a mix of either smelling like really, really strong alcohol or really, really good weed.
Or really, really strong cologne because you're one of those weird people who goes to dates at the mall.
I've never understood the mall date. I really haven't.
It makes no sense.
You're supposed to be creating memories with your significant other, not spending a fortune on your credit card that you're never going to fucking pay back.
What was that one topic we had last week where I brought up
Uh,
I forgot, but like I think that was like probably like the single greatest thing that I probably might ever say.
It was probably the was it the any armor from fiction topic?
No, it wasn't any armor because we were talking about Black Clover. I think we were hating on Asta for something, and then I brought up that the way Asta's written in the show is much like Havoc Demon Hunters in World of Warcraft.
Oh.
Because like all their damage is front loaded, and then they're struggling at the later parts of any encounter to keep their damage up to half of what it was when they started at.
That might have been a bit of a segue topic. The other one was the subject you wish your school could teach you more, and that came the day that Big Mouth got renewed
Chris
for.
had that music rant.
Oh my God, the beautiful music rant. I could not agree with him more on that. And the one I came up with.
Only we had that.
Yeah.
If we could have saved anything from that last podcast, I would have saved the music.
I know, right? This came the same day that Big Mouth got renewed for season 2. I said that sex ed really should be taught more traditionally, and you should be teaching more preventative instead of having a generation full of teen moms. But neither here nor there. Thurman, is there anything from last podcast that we filmed that you want to bring up?
No, I assume we were going to use those same topics again in another podcast.
We might revisit them later in the future. I was just recapping some of the...
Maybe we can get another music rant.
I would love to get that music rant again, or something at least as passionate as that. But, you know, technical difficulties do happen, and I'm shocked we made it 15 without having a really, really bad technical difficulty like this.
How many 15s do we have? This is only our second 15.
Yeah. There's actually a podcast on our channel named 7-8 because I stitched part of 7 and part of 8 together.
Mm-hmm.
Because the...
technical difficulties happen.
Yeah.
I gotta head out if we don't start ending soon. I gotta get ready for class.
Alrighty.
I think we're getting close because David's got to go.
Yep.
Let's go to the mall.
I'm not even going to bother queuing up roundabout this time. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This will be up Sundays. And from now on, you'll have 1 week of podcast, 1 week of Death Battle, 1 week of podcast, 1 week of Death Battle. It's finally happening. We really appreciate it. Hopefully we have the rest of the OG team on as well next time. Chris was sick. Chris was sick this week, and Red had prior obligations to one of our YouTube friends, Utena. So go check out her channel. It'll be linked in the comments here. She's the one that made our wonderful thumbnail. I hope everything's going well on that end, and best of luck there, and until next time, peace.